Hi guys. So the answer at the end of my video to how long this is going to take me is about 3.5 to 4 months to edit and put this all up. And part of that was on me. I just didn't want to edit that. And part of it was emotional. I felt like the video came off as kind of shamey, and what I wasn't trying to do was shame parents. I was trying to shame companies that market like absolute crap that we don't need. The other part of the reason that I really wanted to like hold off and wait to put this out into the world until I felt like it was time is that I wanted to do some research on some organizations that are doing stuff to help gain parental leave, because being a stay-at-home parent or being a new parent is really hard if you don't have people set up to support new parents. So it took me 4 months, but I did it. And I found two organizations that are doing good things to help with parental leave. One is momsrising.org and one is paidleave.us. So I'll link those in the comments, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so some disclaimers. I'm not a pediatrician. All kids are different, but I think in general what we need is a little bit of societal restructuring, not stuff. And the stuff to band-aid the societal restructuring and the parents not having enough support is what we really need. So here's a list of things. Maybe if we can decrease the resources that we waste on stuff, then we can increase the resources that we spend helping people. I'm really fluid today. I feel like an octopus. All right, let's get to it. So let's start with pregnancy. And these are things that I bought that I'm not going to have to buy again and I wouldn't buy. Maternity yoga pants. To be honest, I lived in these, but you're only going to use them once, and I think drawstring pants are much more flexible for the entirety of pregnancy. And also, I don't know if this is still a thing, but 4.5 years ago, my maternity leggings would like sag. They'd be like harem pants. They'd be like down to the middle of my thighs, and it was awful. It drove me nuts. So I'm glad I don't have to buy them anymore. I don't recommend them. Yeah. Maternity exercise tops is something that I also bought that I kind of regret buying. They're comfy, but you only use them for so long, and it's not very functional long term. And I feel like we could just share them. I think there should just be more secondhand maternity clothes like exercise tops, because you don't wear them for that long. Maternity sweatshirt is something that I also bought and regret buying because, again, you don't use it for that long. And I honestly just used my Patagonia puffy for the winter because I was pregnant mostly during the winter, and it worked. I don't know why it worked, but it worked. Maternity dresses. I would honestly not buy specific branded maternity dresses. I would probably buy something that's like a baby doll dress that I could use in the future, because I feel like it was really wasteful for me to buy maternity dresses, but I wasn't thinking about environmentalism in terms of the life cycle of a product and in terms of our consumption. I was thinking about it in terms of the product, like, is this organic cotton? Like, I was like dipping my toes into ethically made, but mostly I was thinking about materials, not our consumption, which is a big part of the puzzle too. Maternity jeans, no. Just no. You're only gonna wear these for like 3 weeks. When you're first newly pregnant, you don't have enough of a bump for it to be functional. And then when you're super far along in pregnancy, you're not wearing maternity jeans. You're just like, give me dresses and drawstring pants and comfort. Maternity shirts, again, I would just probably get like loose fitting clothing. Maternity jackets, I actually embarrassingly bought one of these, also because we live in Southern California, so like, what did I need a maternity jacket for? Maternity fancy dresses, I bought like a specific maternity fancy dress to go to a wedding, and it was so itchy. It was crazy itchy. I would not buy that again. Maternity camisoles, no. Okay. Midwifery fees, infant CPR classes, breastfeeding classes, hospital birth classes, hospital tours you don't have to pay for, but you pay for them with your time. A Bella Band pants extender. I guess we're back in the clothes now. Bandit belly band. I think that's like holds your belly up when you're pregnant, or maybe it's like postpartum where it like is a constrictor, which is weird. Just let people live and recover from birth. Don't force their bodies into weird positions. Prenatal massage tool. I just find a friend. Find a friend or a yoga teacher or your partner and rock that. Anti-stretch cream is some bullshit. It's just fake. That's not real. A nursery, we set up a nursery in like the corner of our room, and it was stupid. It was just a huge waste of time and money. We had corporate art, we had a crib, we had like a little like floofy whatever it's called, like a canopy for the crib, and we never used it. I think I took one picture of my kid in the crib, and that's all we used it for. We lugged it up to Seattle. Didn't lug it back because I sold it in Seattle. Yes, but we lugged it up to Seattle, and why? We just didn't use a crib at all. No thanks. A changing table is something we didn't buy. A glider. I mean, there are times I wish I had a glider, but not enough to own a glider. I'm glad I don't have it now anyway. 4.5 years in. Wallpaper, wall decals, a mobile. I don't understand why you would put a mobile in a crib, because you want baby to sleep. Why would you put something stimulating in the crib? Nursery storage drawers. I don't think you need to buy specific nursery storage drawers. If you need storage, then you can just go to like Buy Nothing or Free Cycle or whatever and find a dresser that someone's getting rid of. You don't have to go to Bye Bye Baby or whatever and buy drawers. Car seatbelt extenders. I don't think that's safe, dudes. A home Doppler, a prenatal MP3 player. Just sing to your baby. I mean, like, it's all gonna sound like they're not gonna be able to prenatal MP3 anything. A fancy hospital gown. I don't know why you wouldn't just use the hospital gown they give you. It's free. I'm pretty sure they don't charge you for hospital gowns, although we live in the United States and they charge for everything. But you don't have to buy it out of your own pocket and then lug it to the hospital to only wear it once. Hair ties for the hospital? Like, why? Why? Why is this on baby registry lists? Slippers or flip-flops specifically for the hospital? Whack. Baby turbans, that's cultural appropriation, dudes. Baby hospital bow hats. Babies are like rooting around and want to feel you. Like, we don't need to put mittens and hats and like cocoons on babies, all of their parts. Like, they need to be warm, but you can warm them skin to skin on you and like wrap your robe around them and then be skin to skin, which is good for you and good for baby, and warm. You don't need to bundle all their parts. All right, we're in. We're into baby territory. We made it. Nursing bras. I bought some of these. You don't use them for that long. I mean, like, if it's gonna prevent engorgement and mastitis and whatever, like, I get it. I found that they really weren't useful for me after the first couple weeks, and that they really weren't as useful as just like sticking a bunch of disposable pads on my robe, because I tried reusables and I tried fancy bamboo bras, and let me tell you, they didn't work. I was just wet and uncomfortable and grumpy. Frida baby mom washer. They give you a perinatal bottle at the hospital. I don't know why you would buy this. Colace, I bought this. I didn't use it, but I had a vaginal birth, so if you have a C-section, talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I will say it like 40 more times during this. Not a doctor. Please check with your doctor. Special postpartum clothes? No, just a robe. Just a robe, friends. And maybe your pregnancy clothes, if you buy pregnancy clothes or get gifted them or whatever. Yeah. A nursing cover. I was honestly gifted one of these for my baby shower. Wasn't on a registry. Pretty vocal about free the nipple, and I was like, no. Like, I think anything breastfeeding or pumping or formula related, you just don't buy for people unless they specifically ask for it. And I did not ask for a nursing cover, and I got one, and I was like, you can't tell me what to do with my boobs. Mittens, this goes along with hats. I know babies can have long, like, little goblin hands that are wrinkly with their like little long goblin nails, and they'll like scratch at you, but like, you can just kind of like, gently like, bite their nails, and it's much more effective than trying to get in there with clippers, and it's much more effective than trying to bubble boy them on all parts of their body. A Moses basket. I don't think these are American Academy of Pediatrics certified. I mean, like, I co-slept, which also is an AAP, like, stamp of approval, but I feel like a specifically unsafe travel crib. I don't understand the allure. I mean, I understand the allure if you're somewhere where, like, that is the only answer, but otherwise than that, no. A baby hammock. Mm-mm. This should have been on my list, but because some people are lucky enough to have access to public transit, it wasn't. Infant car seats, if you live in a place where you have public transit, I'm jealous. But I don't. I mean, we have it. I've used it a lot, but you can't leave the hospital in Southern California unless you have a car and a car seat, is the rule in a lot of hospitals here. So if you live in a car centered place, you have to buy an infant car seat. It sucks. Infant automobile bassinet, they're not as safe as infant car seats. I wouldn't buy one. A car seat canopy, swaddle blankets. Car seat mirror, these are just kind of dangerous. So you're like looking at your baby instead of like looking at the road. And if you're buying it for baby, baby isn't going to be interested for a really long time. So you don't need to buy that. A baby on board sign, I think these actually cause more accidents. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's like writing fragile on the box. It's, I don't know, for whatever reason, humans are like, fragile? Name brand diaper cream. I bought a bunch of different diaper creams, like Earth Baby Mama Angel and Bordeaux's butt paste and Desitin. And I think if like your baby's butt is really rashy, then Desitin for sure. But if it's just like a normal everyday diaper cream, use coconut oil. It's antifungal. It's amazing. We used it pretty much exclusively. Wipe warmer causes bacteria to grow. A smart changing pad scale, I didn't need this. My baby and I had a really easy breastfeeding relationship, so I wouldn't personally buy it, but I can see how if someone had a preemie and they were worried about breastfeeding and nutrient intake, that you would buy this. So like a million times over, if you want to buy any of these things, no shame. I just found that like for me personally and for my relationship with my kid, there's so much stuff out there that you don't need to buy. Single-use baby cleansing cloths, babies are not dirty. Baby baths, your baby isn't dirty. Also, you have a baby bath. It's called a sink. You probably have multiple baby baths in your house, in your bathroom and in your kitchen. A pooch tub, sink. Inflatable tub, I actually did buy one of these and I kind of regret it. When my baby was really little, the way that we bathed her was I just crouched in the bathtub and had her on my knees and bathed her like that, and then passed her to a towel in my husband's hands, and then washed myself in the shower really quickly and got out. And I feel like that's really effective when they're really little, because you don't want to be trying to juggle a baby in the bath and you just have them snug a bug. Whereas when they get older, your normal bath is going to work. So I think that an inflatable tub is a really short-term solution that you don't need to buy. It's just another piece of plastic that I wound up either donating or selling, or I don't know what happened to it, but I bought it. I regret it. Hopefully it's not in the landfill somewhere. Hopefully it's being used by someone at Foothills High School or someone who bought it from Junebug or wherever. Baby bath stand. I would use your sink at that point. Like if you're gonna buy a baby bath and a baby bath stand, why wouldn't you use your sink? Kneeling pads, if you have bad knees, I get it. I don't. I just kneeled. I mean, like a bath mat would be similar, right? Bath thermometer, use your elbow or your finger or your hand or your body. Baby lotion, I don't think the babies were super dry. I mean, I live in like the coastal desert, so I would think that maybe I would know if a baby needed lotion, but I don't think you need baby lotion. Specific baby soap, I bought specific like Earth Mama, Angel Baby, Orange, whatever, but I just buy Bronner's Gentle soap that all of us can use. Baby oil, I don't even, like, honestly, I don't even know why you would buy baby oil. Like, what? What? Perfume? Come on, guys. Why did you make that? Come on, companies. Baby talcum powder, I think this is actually linked to cancer and reproductive problems, but don't quote me on that. Baby washcloths, I don't have to buy anymore because I have a kid, but I did buy them. And now we reuse them as rags, so it's not like the worst thing, but like you could just use a normal washcloth. A top and tail bowl for cleaning your baby. I think this is ridiculous. I really do. Like a specific bowl for cleaning your baby. Babies aren't dirty. Maybe this is what I should title my video, Babies Aren't Dirty. A diaper pail, we bought this and it rusted and it was stinky, and like, yeah, maybe it kept the smell out, but honestly I think the better idea would just have been to take the diapers straight out. And I say that 4.5 years later, not remembering how strenuous it can be to try and like always be taking something out when you're alone with a newborn kid. So I get it. Like, I understand why the diaper pail exists, but I think if you don't want to buy an extra thing, you can get around having a diaper pail and just have a diaper trash can. Or if you are lucky enough to live in a household where cloth diaper isn't contentious, then you get like a little sprayer on your toilet. And I think my dog is trying to get in. Come here. Come here. Hi. What would you recommend for baby? What would you recommend? That's my dog. Dog break. Plastic bags for a diaper pail. You can just use a normal trash can and normal diaper bags. I did buy a My Breast Friend breastfeeding pillow, and that should have probably been on my Instagram baby registry because I found it really helpful during those first couple weeks of trying to navigate breastfeeding. It's basically like a tutu or like a saucer that clips around your waist to make like a tray table for breastfeeding your baby. But that's only if you're going to breastfeed. That is best. Yeah. So many bags. You're gonna get asked to buy a bag for everything. Stroller bags, Snuggle Me organic bags, bags for travel cribs, diaper bags. Like, I wonder how many thousands of dollars parents just spend on bags. Toddler loungers, I'm stoked I'm not tempted to buy these now. I'm glad my kid is too old for toddler loungers. Miracle blanket, I bought one of these and I thought it was creepy, dude. It's like a swaddle, but weird, like a straitjacket swaddle. Baby nail clippers, I think I mentioned this earlier, but just use your mouth to kind of like chew their little nails, or like your nails to kind of file them down, because clipping your baby's nails is hard and you're inevitably going to cut them and it sucks, and just don't do it. A forehead thermometer, most pediatricians, primary pediatrician and other pediatricians or urgent care or whenever you need to go to the doctor, tell you to take it rectally when they're really little. So I would just buy a rectal thermometer and lube, and I think I already put that in my Instagram video, but it's something I don't have to buy. Ear thermometer, forehead thermometer strip. Again, just rectal and lube. Sucks. It's the worst. And nose free to snot sucker. I think this is stupid. I feel like mucus probably does something for our bodies, like keep out other pathogens while we're sick. I don't feel like we need to be sucking the snot out of our kids. It's also kind of gross. I mean, like, I know you're not like sucking it down, but like, that's gross. Warm mist humidifier, I think these cause mold and bacteria to grow. Burp cloths, I actually think I put on my Instagram baby registry, but you can just use like normal stuff. I found burp cloths were really helpful because I overproduced, and so they were nice to put, like, we got specific Ada and Annie's ones, and they were nice to put down on the My Breast Friend, because you can like put on the My Breast Friend and then put on the cover and then put down the little like burp cloth, and instead of like having to change out the cover, you just get milk on like the burp cloth and you're like, laundry. Yeah. So I like the Aiden and Annie's ones. Pacifier clips, we didn't use pacifiers at all, so we didn't need pacifier clips. I wanted my baby to be able to cry and nurse whenever she wanted to, and that is just a personal parental choice, and no shade if that's not what you want to do. A Wubba Nub we did buy. It's like a pacifier with like a little stuffed animal on the end that they can snuggle, but she didn't care about it at all. Baby monitor we didn't buy. We don't have like a giant mansion house, and I didn't think it was going to help. A home security system to check on your baby. Again, I was like with her most of the time until preschool. White noise machine, you can just use your phone. I understand why people use it. For me, I just used Life as the white noise machine. T-shirts for babies, split like top and bottom pajamas for babies, not functional, just get zippered onesies. I already talked about this on my Instagram video. Anything with complicated buttons or snaps, when you're tired and you're postpartum and you're just trying to heal from birth, complicated buttons or snaps are trouble. Snowsuits, I don't live in the snow, so I didn't have to buy them. If you lived in the snow, I understand why people would buy them, but I think they like can be a risk of overheating. So if I were to live in the snow, find like a onesie type romper, put them in like a Solly baby wrap or a carrier, put little booties on their feet, and then put a jacket around them so that I was close to them. So they're bundled, but they're not over bundled. But again, I don't live in the snow. So that's how I would do things for Southern California cold, or if like when I went up to Bear and it was snowy, but I can fully understand how other people would do different things. Booties for really little kids, but around 9 months, I'd probably buy some booties for like stroller rides, because one stroller ride she had little cold feet and I felt really bad. But up until like that, and like even when they're first walking, I would personally just let kids walk with their bare feet as much as possible for foot development. Gripe water is homeopathic BS. Teething tablets, same story. Homeopathy. And homeopathy means it's so small it's not detectable, not that it's natural. Just FYI. A designer diaper bag. I bought one of these and I regret it. What I used for 18 months on, maybe even earlier than that, was like a free bag that I got from Eddie Bauer from returning something that I had in our storage unit. And I like that a lot more because I felt like I used it both for like the end stage of diapering and for my dance bag, which is maybe a little gross, but it's the truth. Yay. So yeah, if I went back in time, I probably wouldn't buy a diaper bag at all. A breast pump, bags, bottles. I pumped when we were first in the hospital and she was in the NICU for colostrum, and other that, I was very glad to not pump. I did not enjoy it, and power to moms who pump, because that seems super hard, honestly. Bottle warmer I wouldn't buy. Insulated bottle holder. Newborn size bottles. Disposable bottles, no. Hands-free bottles, no. Formula, no. Formula powder dispenser, no. Bottle brush, no. Drying rack, no. Dishwasher basket, no. It's just a lot of stuff. Like for me as a minimalist, like I wanted to spend my time breastfeeding, like at whatever cost that was to my career or my independence. And like there's no one perfect way to parent. That's just what I wanted to do, and I wanted to have less stuff. And so I think I bought like a bottle and like a hand pump, and maybe I had a different one, but I didn't use it at all. But if you do, rock on. Fed is best. Already talked about this a little bit. A crib. My kid didn't sleep in the crib. A crib canopy. We had one of these. I already talked about it. I think they're actually a suffocation risk. I would not get it again. Bassinet, I would not buy again. A co-sleeper I would not buy again. A crib mattress, crib sheets, crib bumpers are a suffocation risk. Even the American Academy of Pediatrics will tell you no for crib bumpers. Crib duvet, that's also a suffocation risk. Crib blankets, I think, are a suffocation risk. I think you're just supposed to swaddle or like have little sleep sacks. A crib divider, I think, again, suffocation risk. DockATot I wouldn't buy because I like Snuggle Me Organic DockATot travel bag. It's going to be a nope. Baby swing, like a Mamaroo or a Nuna Leaf or whatever. I don't know. I think it's useful. What people really need is like another human being to help out while they're recovering postpartum. And it's not just for 6 weeks. Like, you need another human being. So here in the United States, like, we could get rid of a bunch of stuff like travel cribs and a bunch of purchases that moms need in order to keep their baby safe while they do like human bodily functions like poop or make a sandwich. And instead what we have is 6 weeks of maternity or paternity or parental leave. And that's a bummer. And I feel like if we had better leave and better systems of support in place for pregnancy and postpartum, then we wouldn't have to buy so much stuff. Moving on to like baby stuff when they're like a little bit more engaged and less sleepy. Baby Einstein take-along tunes. My kid was like meh about these. They were touted as like this great thing if you're trying to get through the grocery store or whatever, and I thought they were meh. Crib Light, Crib Box Show. I was gifted one of these. We never used it. I didn't really see the appeal, but no hate if you do. Stuffed animals with white noise. I think I was gifted one of these too. And again, I would just use my phone, but I don't like a lot of stuff or clutter. Stuffed animals at all, especially young babies, because they can be a suffocation risk. So you gotta wait. You gotta put all those stuffed animals you get as gifts in a box and bust them out later when they care. Fancy outfits for baby? No. No. Baby shorts I wouldn't buy. Baby leggings I would not buy. Baby leg warmers I would not buy. Baby socks? Nope. I had a playmat, activity mat for my kid, but I probably wouldn't ask for it. It was gifted and it was on my registry, but I wouldn't ask for it again. It was like a wipe down mat. It was hard to clean. It was pretty, but it was not functional. Baby play slash activity gym I would not buy. I did not buy. Boppy breastfeeding pillow I wouldn't buy. I really didn't like it. Starter sets for baby proofing. I'm not even sure I should talk about this. This is gonna stir up some shit. But basically, I feel like there is no way to completely baby proof your house from baby. And babies and kids are smart. And so what I did is I just watched my kid and got remarkably lucky. And so we didn't buy like a bunch of cabinet baby proofers, but like I also hung out with her all the time. So yeah, we never had any close calls with light sockets, and yeah, I feel like if you're gonna buy baby proofing stuff, rock on. I didn't want to buy a bunch of plastic stuff that was inevitably gonna go to the landfill in like a couple years. I didn't know about buy nothing then, so maybe I could have bought baby proofing stuff and then buy nothinged it, but I just didn't want to, and so I just watched her, and knock on wood, we were fine. So yeah, if you're gonna buy baby proofing stuff, rock on. I didn't want to buy it. Diaper organizers. I think this is like in the realm of like specific drawers. Like all you need is like a normal set of drawers and like a box. Hooded towel. I asked for one of these and was gifted it from my registry, and it was cute. I just meh. Probably wouldn't buy it if I went back knowing what I know about like resource extraction and the earth. Baby moccasins, I bought a ton of these. I would not buy them again just because I'm a bit more conscious about cultural appropriation. I would buy soft-soled moccasins, but I wouldn't buy the fringy kind. And if I was going to buy something that looked more like it came from an indigenous culture, I would try and find an indigenous maker. A clip-on travel high chair. I didn't really use this and I don't really recommend it. I asked for it on my registry. Someone bought it for me, so I feel bad, but I didn't know what I was doing, and that was nice of them to get me a gift. A booster seat. I think these are implicated in falls. I think it's better to just have a high chair like a stocka when with like the baby 5-point harness, and then to take that off and just let them sit when they can do that. Special baby feeding materials like spoons, plastic spoons, bowls, placemats, bibs. I wouldn't buy any of that. I had wooden plates that I bought for my bridal shower because I didn't want to have any waste, any like plastic waste, as much as possible. There's still waste, of course. There's always waste. It's there even if you don't see it. I had wooden plates left over, and my mother-in-law gave me some tiny spoons, and then I did buy some wooden spoons, and I bought a fancy wooden plate on Etsy. But I wouldn't buy the plastic stuff because like for me personally, I'm worried about the fillers and plastic getting into food. So as much as possible, I try to limit that, which is of course impossible, but you can make steps towards it. And so that's what I did because that was a priority for me and my family. I bought an Ergo baby carrier and I found that it was useful around like 9 months to a year, but if I could go back in time, I really would just stick with Solly baby wraps and not get an Ergo. I felt like the Ergo was not as functional as I wanted it to be, and I preferred the Solly, but to each parent their own. Oh, I think around this age we did buy a convertible car seat that she's still in. So you have like basically 3 or 4 realms of car seats. You have infant car seats from like 0 to 6 months. You have convertible car seats from like 6 months to whenever your kid is like 40 pounds or I think like 40 inches approximately. And then you have booster seats that can go until they're like, I think like 8 or 12. It's like a really long time. Car culture really causes us to have to buy a lot of shit. I bought Dreft for everything because of this baby registry I found, and I would not buy Dreft again. I learned last year how to make my own laundry detergent, and I 10 out of 10 would recommend it because it's so easy, it's so cheap. It's like $5 for a giant tub that will last you months. Go make laundry detergent right now. Stop this video. I'll figure out how to link to the recipe from, I think it's Wellness Mama, of how to make laundry detergent. Visit her, thank her. She's gonna save you money. OxyClean I bought and I would not buy again. I felt like things get really stainy, but I think in retrospect, like, I wouldn't try so hard to soak things in OxyClean, because what happened is, like, even in the high quality stuff, the OxyClean would kind of like eat away around the buttons, and then the clothes would break down. So I would like have to take them to whatever I did back then, which was probably H&M clothing recycling, and not even be able to like re-gift the stuff that I had spent money on to be able to re-gift. So it's just a big hot mess. So I wouldn't buy OxyClean. I would use like a stain stick and cold water, or just like feed your baby naked, like fully in the nude. Naked baby feeding. Make it a thing. Multiple strollers I did not buy, I would not buy. I bought a Bob stroller and I recently put it up on Buy Nothing, and I bought like a travel bag because I think we took it to Seattle, but like we traveled so rarely that it was really not a very smart move for me to buy a travel bag at all. A bassinet baby stroller is something I would not buy. I much preferred to walk and have my baby in the wrap. A stroller foot muff, I would just use booties. Like there was a point in time where I was looking at these and I was like, wow, I wish I had a stroller foot muff for like the 2 months it's cold in Southern California, and then I realized that it's ridiculous and I can just put booties on my child. A stroller rain cover. Yeah, we have like flood rain and then no rain for most of the year. So like if you live in Seattle or somewhere where it rains a lot, I can see why you might want a stroller rain cover, but I don't, and I did not need one, and I did not buy one, and I would not buy one. Ride along board for your older kids for the stroller. I used to want 4 kids, and I had all planned out. I had all their names picked. I had like the time we were going to conceive picked, because like I'm clearly a very type A person. And I was really excited about this ride along board for the stroller, which I think is just funny in retrospect, because like the idea that you're going to get one kid to actually sit in the stroller and then the other kid to actually ride along is amusing to me, because kids do what they want. They don't care about your plans at all. I think that's it. Thank you for sticking with me. If you have, this is already an hour of footage, so I imagine it's going to be a really long video. So send good thoughts for me editing. I recorded this on Friday, October 9th, 2020. Finished around noon. We'll see how long it takes me to get it edited and put up with all my other life things. Yay! No more baby stuff. No more baby stuff. Okay, but seriously, I really hope this was helpful for some of you, because I feel like there's so much baby stuff that gets marketed to us. Let me know if there are things that you thought were really useful for you, or things that you like. Obviously, this is my interpretation of parenting 4.5 years ago, so I'm sure some of you have had kids more recently. 4.5 years ago was a long time, and if anyone has a better idea about things, if you disagree and you think like something I said was really beneficial for you, let me know. If you have things that you think people buy that are ridiculous, let me know. Thanks so much for being here. Yeah. All right. Bye.